Hello and welcome back to Undercurrents. My name is Cabanac, former government employee and currently unemployed, which is why I'm making these videos. But anyway, today we're going to talk about the political realignment of South Africa. And let me start off back in 2004. When Thabo Mbeki was president of South Africa, he received 69% of all the votes in the national election. A lot of people say this was for various reasons, but there is only one reason the ANC was so popular back then. The living standards of people were increasing at a dramatic rate. There were 5% economic growth every single year for close to 4 years by the time we reached 2004. Today, that very same ANC is trending at close to 30%. The inherent irony is, the more radical the ANC becomes, the less votes it actually gets. So people say that's perfectly well, but those votes are going to other hard left parties like the EFF and MK. Or are they? Maybe, just maybe, those two parties are actually personality cults. Without Julius Malema in the EFF, without Jacob Zuma in MK, will those parties actually exist in a meaningful way going forward? I have my doubts about that. And lastly, the DA will always be a 20% party, maybe 25% party. It is too liberal, too seeded in the Cape, and really doesn't have a great message for the rest of South Africa. So if we look at the overall picture of politics in this country, the major parties are losing support. The DA will never run the country on its own. So the real question is, where are all the voters going? For now, they are going absolutely nowhere because there is no space in the political realm for a pragmatic political party that actually cares about solving problems. And I'm going to make a case in this video why we should actually start thinking about the fact that close to 30% of the population will be able to vote for something new that is not ideological. So why do I focus on non-ideology for this new political party? Well, it's very simple. Most South Africans are not ideological. Look at the survey data, look at the polling data, look at what people worry about. And they worry about normal things. They worry about not having a job. They worry about the safety of their family and their community. They worry about the fact that the schooling for their children is inadequate. They worry about public transport. They worry about the price of food. They worry about the normal things normal people worry about. They're not worried about racism. They're not worried about the lack of land reform. They're not worried about any of the things that politicians talk about. They're worried about real things. Here's the 3 proposed policies that I would argue this political party would need to touch on. Number 1, border security. Number 2, crime. And number 3, of course, the economy. Border security is as easy as ever. 1, actually have a border. That would be quite nice. Number 2, deport illegal immigrants. Make life for people without documentation very, very difficult so that they self-deport. In fact, South Africa currently is number 4 in the world for deportations under our new Minister of Home Affairs. So that problem is being solved in real time. Just take that as a policy for this new political party. You will strike gold. As for crime, very easy to understand, also very easy to solve. The reason why we have crime in this country, I will make a video on that, but the reason why is because we don't actually care about solving it in the first place. It's a question of will, not a question of ability. We can follow the El Salvador model. We can follow the Singapore model. We can have policing training from the FBI like El Salvador did. There are so many ways to solve crime that are easy to do and quick to implement. We just need someone to do it. This political party can make that message viable. And number 3, on the economy, for goodness sake, the message should be, can we just cut taxes, please? Everyone talks about investment and BE and all these macro things. Just cut taxes. We are paying too many taxes as citizens of this country. We are feeding a beast that never wants to stop eating, the state. We are paying off debt that is being used to pay for social grants. This is completely unsustainable. So this political party should really focus on cutting taxes and removing any single obstacle to investment in this country. And as for the real hardcore policies for any of these things, just copy and paste what other countries have done. You don't have to be ideological about it. You don't have to have a vested interest in it. Normal, common sense policies will work for people to vote for it and will work in actual reality. We don't need to couch it under a national plan of development or under a banner of equality. None of that actually matters in politics. What matters is results. Our current politicians are not getting those results, which is why they're losing support. If you actually have normal policies, pragmatic policies that get results, you will get a lot of support as a new political party. So, easy win on both occasions. However, the one reason why this may never actually happen, we will never have a reasonable, pragmatic political party in this country, is because the vested interests don't actually care. Because you see, democracy is really a fight between elites. In America, you got Elon Musk on the right, and you got the Democrat billionaires on the left. In South Africa, the people that can actually fund something like this are all embracing the transformania agenda of the Government of National Unity and the previous government of the ANC. Which elites are going to give R1 billion, which is what is needed to start this, to a new political party with pragmatic solutions that actually helps the most people? I would argue very few. There's maybe 1,000 or 2,000 people in this country that can actually do this. But they all have BE deals, they all have their money overseas, they all sleep with their door unlocked, as one billionaire said recently. What is the vested interest in them to fundamentally change anything in the system? I would argue very little. So the reason why all of this political anxiety not being funneled to a new political party, that's happening because no one wants to fund a new political party, because it doesn't actually help anyone within the elite circles of our country. The people of South Africa can be reasonable and can want change and can want to improve their situation. But if the elites don't fund a vehicle to allow that to happen, we're just going to carry on dragging along the bottom and become another African basket case.